All right, good morning, guys. Today is Thursday, February 15th. And as usual, doing analysis for US 30, gold, and EU. So looking at the daily bias, US 30, bearish, daily bias bearish, gold, daily bias bearish, but you can see this pattern that we drew up yesterday on the live session. Gold is probably going to retest 2018, 2020 before rejecting back to the downside because after a huge candle that that changes the daily bias that's so far away from the SAR, you normally expect some sort of retracement. EU bearish, US dollar is bullish, but you can see we have some strong selling on the US dollar. Now going to US 30 and just marking up the zones we have this double SAR region right here on the 15-minute time frame. And if we look to the left, we have this zone at the, let's see what we have here. So this one, I'll push it up a little bit there. Just marking up where price is at right now. But currently we are, on this lower time frames, we are looking bullish on US 30. So this one's, you have 501. Have those two levels. Yeah, so US 30 is bullish for now. So we'll just let it do what it wants to do. Then we have that. So let's observe. We'll probably get entries around this few levels that I've drawn here. So we'll just be on the lookout for a break and continuation, test and rejection entry. On the 30-minute, we have this zones. And let me see if we have any zone at the very top. So there's no other zone at the very top, so that's fine. All right. Then we go for gold. We look at gold. Oh, also, wait a minute. Here we had, give me 1 second. I know I don't like, we don't, here we, I thought we had a test and rejection. You know what? Never mind. We did not. We had a test and rejection on the 30-minute time frame, but of course you don't want to, you wouldn't want to trade the New York Open candle. Because it would be based off of test rejection. Yes, no need to trade the New York Open candle. We'll just wait for a new setup on there. For gold, this is the gold trade we caught yesterday on the live session. We had a daily bullish order block at that zone. So the gold trade from yesterday was amazing. We caught the low of the move. So gold, I'll change this back to bearish. The only reason I was looking for buys yesterday on gold as much as we were bearish, the daily bias was bearish, is because we had that daily bullish order block, which supersedes everything else. So here on the 15-minute time frame, we don't have any SARs for gold anytime soon, whether it's on the 15-minute, whether it's on the 30-minute. For EU, we do have this zone up here. I would have to wait and see how EU plays out, but I don't see anything, no momentum entry. Now, the other thing I want to look out for is, for example, any order block. So let's look at US 30, where US 30 is. Turn on the zones indicator and markups indicator. We don't really have any order block. We have a 4-hour order block at 38,600. But around where US 30 is, there's really no order block per se. So gold took the daily bullish low from yesterday, which is where we bought gold. This is the daily bullish high. There's really no other major order block. So I like to look for order blocks also before I start trading, because sometimes you can get a better trade setup from order blocks than the SARs. But even where gold is currently, there's nothing. EU, I'm hoping we have a nice bearish order block somewhere here, but I don't see that. So EU took the, yeah, yesterday we also have a weekly bullish. We had a weekly bullish high yesterday for EU, which is in and around where it took liquidity, but there's nothing. So for today, we don't really have any order blocks. Here for US 30, let's just be a little bit more patient and see. So there's definitely a test and rejection here on the 30-minute, but I want to start seeing bearish momentum on the 30-minute time frame. So let's see here. Here we have this test and rejection. Where is this? Test and rejection on the 30-minute time frame. Let's see. Test and rejection sell, so it already validated. So of course you don't want to take it during market open, like for that candle. So this is the test candle right here, and this is the rejection candle. The trade would have validated down here, but of course this was a red flag because of overextension. And also personally, I don't trade pre-New York Open. So of course, if you took that trade, you would have gotten stopped out. Here, yes, you would have waited. If this was any other time other than New York Market Open, you would have waited for price to come in this zone and you would have entered the trade here. But you see, you could have been in drawdown. So what for me, I'm waiting here. I'm waiting for some nice rejection. If US 30 comes back down with some nice selling pressure, I'll be looking to hop into this trade right here. So looking for something possibly this way, this and this. But you have to be patient. So right now I can tell you US 30 is fully bullish, gold is fully bullish, EU as well is fully bullish. So you want to wait for some sort of selling momentum to kick in. And you can see if US 30 breaks this zone right here, we have another zone somewhere up here. So it's just a matter of just being patient and seeing which comes first. So even on the 15-minute time frame, this is the next best area for US 30 sells. But I want to see that rejection that's happening right now. You would do zones here. Yeah, you can see we only have that bullish zone. We don't even have any sell zone up until we get to this region. So US 30 can easily come all the way up to 38,600 because we don't even have any nice selling pressure before then. So yeah, today's definitely a game of patience. If I don't get any trade set up, I'm not going to look for, I'm not going to try and force anything. But let's see for this particular one on the 30-minute time frame. Gold as well. Yeah, nothing for gold because gold, this was the CPI move and it happened. It didn't create any zones. Same thing with EU. So yeah, the only trade, even on the, excuse me, on the hourly time frame, the next zone for US 30 is all the way up here. For gold, the next sell zones on the hourly are all the way up here. For EU, we might get a test and rejection. So currently EU is testing this double SAR region on the hourly time frame. But to take that trade, you would have to wait for 2 consecutive hourly candles to close. So today, this is probably the only trade setup that we'll be looking for. So if I'm selling US 30, I would wait for it to come to this zone, to 38. Let me mark that up. 38,498, 38,498, and possibly go to the 38,498. So here, and then go down to the 5-minute time frame and then start catching what is it called? Lower lows. So if we get here, now I want to go to the 5-minute time frame because again, it's where I want to jump in, but I want to start seeing rejection off of this and possibly seeing like lower lows being formed on the 5-minute time frame and possibly a sell momentum entry here on the 5-minute. If this candle closes below here, it would also be like a test and rejection of that area. So it didn't close below. So we need to start seeing lower lows being formed and lower highs. Right. And that's that's again why you want to be patient with that particular one. We need to start seeing lower lows being created under 38,498. But until then, it's just better to just stay out and watch what Enlight price do its thing. And if it doesn't, we go back to the 15-minute time frame. We still have a lot of zones. So here, even on the 15-minute time frame, on this zone, it has formed a test candle, right? So we can get a test and rejection entry right here. So we already have the test candle. So I'll also do this. I'll also mark this up. So this is your test candle. So possible test and rejection entry. But of course, we need this 15-minute candle to close as well. So just be patient on this trade setups. So you can see if we had entered that one, we would have automatically gotten stopped out. So just patience. And up here, right, there's another area that's right here, right? So we can get another test and rejection setup that's right here. So if this candle closes above here, well and good, we move over, we try and see where else we can get a setup. Right, looking at gold. Yeah, so there'll be no gold trades today unless maybe it's on the even on the hourly time frame. Possibly EU trades. Yeah, so today it's probably just US 30, which is fine, which will probably just be my only trade of the day. But if any of y'all have any questions, feel free to ask as we wait and see how this will go. This zone up here, this is not 616 to 591. That's at 590. Nope. So that wouldn't be a double zone because it's larger than 20 pips. This zone up here, 640 to 6. Nope, that wouldn't be a double zone as well. So the next double SAR on the 30-minute time frame is this zone that's right here. This one on the 30-minute time frame. And after that, it would be another zone next to the all-time high. So still fully, gold is coming down a little bit on the, excuse me, on the 15-minute time frame. US 30 still fully bullish on the 15-minute and on the 30-minute time frame. EU fully bullish on the 15 and 30-minute time frames. So I wish we had a gold setup, but I don't see any setup right here for gold. Let's see. No, today we had a ton of news. We had the 8:30 news. Unemployment. Interesting. So yesterday, if anybody took the US 30 loss and then took the gold win, you'd have been up for the day's 0.75% because the US 30 loss was minus 0.75. The gold trade risking 0.75% per trade, you would have made 1.5 and therefore bringing you positive, net positive for the day yesterday. So far this month, two losses, one break even, and one win. No, three losses. I'm sorry, three losses, one break even, and one win. So let's see. I'm still waiting for this thing. Doesn't look like this 15-minute candle will close below. I mean, we have 7 minutes, but if we do get strong selling pressure and closing below here, then yes, that would be a nice one. But I don't think we'll be able to get a strong selling pressure that's coming back all the way down here in 7 minutes. Mm. And gold is, yep. So you can see this pattern is playing out going back to 2020, 2017, 2018, and then possibly getting sell side momentum from there. Mhm. All right. Let's see. Um, we have that 4-hour bearish low, no order blocks really around here. You know what? Maybe we'll get that. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we might get enough pressure to bring this trade in. only issue with here, if you see, we have 4-hour bearish low that's above here. And even with the zones markup, you can see that's where sellers are sitting. So I would want my stop loss to be somewhere above this 4-hour bearish low. So to me, I actually wouldn't want this trade to validate just yet. This is probably a better trade setup either here or maybe getting a trade setup that's above here. Because as much as this trade may validate, you can see we can have some manipulation back up to the upside. But let's see how the candle closes in the next 4.5 minutes. All right, so US 30 still bullish, 15 and 30 minutes. Gold still bullish, 15 and 30 minutes. So same thing as EU. I think I have something that I want to start trying out. Let me see if I can find. Give me 1 second. I need to grab this call. All right, sorry guys, I'm back. Let's see what's okay. So here, this did not validate, so we go ahead and delete that. Delete this as well. This one did not. This one did not validate at as a test candle as well because the candle closed within the SAR zone. So here we just have to wait for a brand new setup. So here we can't even get a test and rejection from where price is at. So the only possible way is for this candle to close above and then maybe get a break and continuation to the downside, or this current candle to close below and then get a test and rejection. So we would have to wait for 30 for about 30-40 minutes on the 15-minute time frame. So yeah, I don't think I'll be on the live session for that long. On the 30-minute time frame, we don't have any setup. So maybe just waiting on this. Gold, nothing really. Um, so gold is starting to turn a little bit bearish on the 15 and 30-minute. US 30 still fully bullish on the 15 and 30 minutes. So at this point, I don't see any other. Okay, wait. This is a 15-minute time frame. This is a valid sell momentum signal. Let me see. On EU, this is a valid sell. But give me one moment. Because you'd have waited for price to retrace here. Nowadays, I prefer not to trade EU because it's just a slow, it just moves a little too slow. It's a valid sell momentum. I'm not in the trade yet. I'm just also marking up these other zones. Valid sell momentum. There's also this double SAR regions here. So valid sell momentum. There's also a test and rejection. So for EU, in any case, the test and rejection entry would be better. So around this zone. So if price gets here, I might, because this is a test and rejection. So that's the most optimal entry. So you remember yesterday when we took the first loss on US 30 and we had a test and rejection entry, and then we had a break and continuation entry. So going forward, I'll be looking at all the entries that candlesticks present and then taking the most optimal entry. So for example, here, the test and rejection entry is the most optimal compared to the momentum sell entry. So here they have the test and rejection sell, and it already validated. So if EU comes back up there and touches this zone, I might be looking to sell it from there. You also look at this. Yeah, we have some sellers sitting there. No order block up here. That's a 30-minute OB. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so if EU touches here, I'll hop into EU, sell. And since I'm doing 2 trades a day, I don't see taking a trade on gold. I do see myself taking a trade on US 30. So I'll probably do the EU trade and the US 30 trade. So if this touches this zone, I'll be looking to sell EU, and I'm in the EU sell right now. So for you guys, 0.75% risk. Personally, I'm using 1% risk. So that's based off of test and rejection. So we had this test candle, and then we have this rejection candle. Of course, the trade validated down here, but that would have been sort of a red flag because the candle was overextended, and you can see you might have been next to being stopped out. So you wait for the candle to come back to the zone you're trading at, and then you enter from there. So that will be it. If I get this US 30 trade later on in the day, I'll send it in the Discord. But for right now, this is the only trade that in this EU trade. And then also we have on the 30-minute. Yeah, but going forward, I'll probably just be sticking to US 30 and gold because they move a little bit faster. I just don't like slow moving instruments. And also we have a 30-minute setup. So even on the 30-minute, we might be getting a test and rejection entry here on the 30-minute if EU, if this 30-minute candle comes back to close below this region. So if anybody wants to wait for the 30-minute time frame setup, that's fine as well. You might get a possible test and rejection sell here. If this current 30-minute candle closes below this zone. There you go. Might be looking at possibly something like this. Um, and let's see. So lastly, so yeah, EU definitely bullish on. There's another instrument I'm testing out for momentum. So I'll probably release that sometime soon, but ideally gets an idea of how strong the direction is. But right now, EU is very bullish on 15-minute and 30-minute. Gold, same thing, very bullish on 15 and 30. US 30, same thing, bullish on 15 and 30-minute. But other than that, let me know if you guys have any questions. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow to wrap up the week. All right. I'll catch you guys tomorrow then. See you guys.